Well, a key lawmaker wants the president's intelligence czar, James Clapper, shown the door and prosecuted for telling a whopper to Congress earlier this year. Listen.
Does the NSA collect any type of data at all on millions or hundreds of millions of Americans?
No, sir.
It does not.
Not wittingly.
And the lawmaker calling for Clapper's prosecution, not just any congressman. He is Republican James Sensenbrenner, one of the original authors of the Patriot, the former chair of the House Judiciary Committee, and he joins us now live. Thank you for joining us.
Morning.
So Clapper has apologized, said he did it for basically the good of the country. Not good enough for you?
Definitely not good enough for me. It's a crime to lie to Congress. And Clapper admitted that he gave, quote, the least untruthful answer. Well, I think a little bit of a lie is like being a little bit pregnant. A lie is a lie, and the only way Congress can do its oversight properly is with truthful testimony. And that's why the law is on the books that says if you lie to Congress, you've committed a crime.
Now, what's interesting here, though, you know, the NSA has actually cited the Patriot Act, of which you were one of the original folks putting that together. They said, you know, they use that when they're filing these secret court requests to conduct surveillance. What do you think about that?
Well, I've got a bill in to change that court interpretation. That was not the original intent of the Patriot Act. The original intent of the Patriot Act was first that the government, including the NSA and the Justice Department, would target a non-U.S. person who, as part of an authorized terrorism investigation, get a warrant from the secret court and then find out who that person was in contact with. What they did was turn that definition on its head to grab everybody's phone records. They made a very big haystack and a very small needle inside of it that hasn't been effective, and I think it's in violation of the law. Listen, we have to balance out security with respect for civil rights and our Constitution, which has made America different. And what the NSA has done with the administration's concurrence, simply turn that on the head and go the security route and forget about the civil liberties and constitutional route.
Okay,
a balance is needed, and my bill does that.
I was going to say that. So as a result, in October, you put together this Freedom Act that you say is different. How is it different?
What it does is it restricts who the NSA can collect information from and specifically prohibits the bulk collection of records by the NSA. Simple as that.
And you're also calling for civilians to be in charge. Why and what difference do you think that would make?
The military does a good job, but their job is to protect the security of the United States and to forget completely about the civil liberties and constitutional concerns. I think that having someone without a military background in charge of both the NSA as well as being the National Director of Intelligence would bring that proper balance into view in determining what to ask the secret court to approve and how to go about collecting the information that makes us safe. I can say very clearly and emphatically that we do need to have a properly administered business records law because data that is held by third parties such as telecommunications companies can be very useful in tracking down terrorists before they strike us. But we ought to, rather than grabbing everybody's records, zero in on people that we suspect of doing us harm and then finding out what they're up to.
Well, it is a fine line, but we definitely want to keep Americans safe. Congressman Sensenbrenner, thank you so much for joining us.